back again, and as promised, I just got my Magic Seal sheet in today in the mail. So we're gonna do a test run of this product and see how it works out. And I'm gonna be printing the big Kahuna Burger Julius from Pulp Fiction onto a t-shirt. Now this is, as you can see, this is a whole lot of ink, so this is pretty much gonna lay pretty thick on the shirt, and it's gonna be pretty heavy on the fabric. So this is a good subject to use this Magic Seal sheet on and see if it truly works. You know what I mean? So let's see. First off, forgot to turn my machine on. And see what color we're gonna use today. I'm gonna go with the red today. All right, so let's sheet looks pretty straightforward. I mean, you got one smooth side, and then this other side kind of feels almost rubbery, but it kind of feels like the back of a DTF transfer as well. It's some texture on it. It's a little bit of friction, but it's not tacky. You know what I'm saying? But you can obviously tell the difference from one side to the next. Let's see if there's any instructions in there, because I didn't. Okay. All right. So. Oh, looks like you have to, I guess you have to prep the, you gotta prep the sheet before you even begin to use it in the first place. So I gotta change my temp to 270. So it says, before first use, press the sheet with the rubber side down on the lower platen of your heat press. Medium pressure for 20 seconds at 270 Fahrenheit. This will condition the Magic Seal sheet properly. So I guess just like everything, you gotta kind of prime it, you know what I'm saying? Like priming your gas tank or pre-pressing your shirt before you actually press it. I guess it's all the same, you know what I'm saying? So okay, so once I do that with the sheet, I have to bring my press back up to normal temperatures for pressing the DTF. Press the DTF on the shirt, and then for the final post press, apply the rubbery seal side of the Magic Shield onto your garment. Press for 20 seconds with heavy pressure at temperature of 280. All right, so we're doing some seesaw up and down shit. 270 to prime it, all the way back up to 320 to press the DTF. Then I gotta bring it back down to 280 to actually use the Magic Seal. So, you know, hey, we'll let this finish keep heating up, and I'll get right back to you. All right, so press is up to 270. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way and prime the sheet. So, being that this is bigger than my actual press, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try anyway. You know what I'm saying? best way I get most coverage, I guess. You know what I'm saying? All we do, we'll mark one end. And just get the most I can out of it. Because none of my prints are the size of this sheet. That's why I got this sheet. Instead of getting like the 3-pack that was like $150 or whatever. I ain't got no need for all that. Not quite yet. Alright, so let it go for 20 seconds. And I guess the sheet will be prime. We will see. And I also changed my mind. I'm gonna go with the sport gray instead of the red. Because I think this print will just show up a little better on the gray or the black, but I've been doing a bunch of black t-shirts lately, so we're gonna go with the gray. All right, set that to the side. Now I gotta bump it back up to 320, which is the normal operating temp for my DTF transfers. And while we wait, I'll be right back. Collar up with your rails or whatever point of reference you have on your machine or your table. Giving them a good 4 fingers down from the collar. And then you want to pull your armpits out, or where the armpits meet the body of the shirt. And then get to lining it up. I mean, everybody's different, obviously, but we've all got our references, you know. Most of my tips and tricks that I use to this day, I've seen from many other YouTubers, but the main guy I've been watching for years is Big Brando. Shout out to the homie. And him, I think his name is Greg from T-Shirt Help Desk. And Rich Coon from Hustle Ninjas. Those have been the main guys that I've watched consistently over the years. And I've gotten a lot of tips from them that I use myself. And I pass along, you know, to whoever may ask me or make a comment about. So I'm thinking this is good right here. Just the last minute. This is how I can see it's good to have more than one press, because if I was, you know, if you're in the middle of full line major production, it'd be good to have another press that was already set to the temperature you need strictly for the Magic Seal sheet. Instead of doing what I have to do is, you know, set my temperature, set it back up, set it back down, you know what I'm saying? All the back and forth. I can see how that could be problematic if you're in the middle of production. Right now, this is the only thing I've done today or doing today. So, you know, it's Sunday, I'm chilling. Look at that clean peel, boy, smooth. All right, now the question is, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do my post press and then another post press with the Magic Sheet or not. Doesn't specify, and I can't remember from the videos that I've watched if that's the case or not. I'm gonna go with no. So what I'm gonna do, take the shirt off, let it cool for a second, let that shit chill out, and then I'm bump my press back down to 280. Let that marinate. Like I was saying, the fact that I have to do this is because I only have one heat press, you know. It would be optimal for me to have at least one more. And, you know, I might do that. Especially if I get another one that's pretty much in the same range as this one. Because this one was not that expensive. But I don't know if I want to have two of the same kind of quality. Don't get me wrong. I love my press. But it's obviously not top of the line, you know. It does the job, but I really want one of those damn, what is it, the Hottronics from Stalls. Them joints just look smooth, you know what I mean? The whole operation of them, the mechanisms. One of those, or, you know, any of them from like Heat Press Nation. But, you know, until I get one of those, or if I'm in the position to get one of those, this is what I'm working with. And it's doing me just fine right now. If that means I got to take a little bit longer, going back and forth from different temp ranges, it is what it is, man. You know, it's all about working with what you have. That is the main point. You know, I don't have a lot of the stuff that I want, but I have everything that I pretty much need to do what I want to do. So I just try to keep that in mind, you know. And if you're in the same boat, if you're thinking of doing that, that's the mindset I believe you need to have, because the longer you wait worrying about the stuff that you don't have or you want to get, you're going to be just like me a couple years ago, still like, oh man, I can't do anything yet because I don't have this, I don't have the heat press, I don't have that. Stop all that. Just, you get an idea, run with it, take your shot. Whether that means you got to buy a press, vinyl cutter, whatever. Or if you got to do everything, outsource it. You know what I'm saying? As far as it, I mean, if you have an idea and designs and stuff, and you just want to go to a local print shop and get your stuff made, that's still doing something. You know? As long as you're not just sitting on your ass at home and just thinking about the stuff that you want to do instead of putting it into action. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be preachy or anything, but I was there for a long time, for many years, because I had all these ideas in my head. Man, this would be cool. I wonder if I could do this. But all I was doing was thinking about it and watching YouTube instead of doing it. Now that I've started to do it, I'm seeing that you just got to get started one way or the other. Whatever you do, you got to get started. And with that, let's get to using this Magic Seal. We still got about 12 degrees to go down. So, you know, it's what it is. But even holding this shirt up now, and you can see, look, just off the light, look how much light is coming off that shit. Like, it literally looks like a plastic potato chip bag just sitting on the shirt. And hopefully this Magic Seal does what it's advertised doing, and, you know, can knock some of that down, help press this image deeper into the fabric, and give you a softer, more breathable shirt. You know what I'm saying? Where it doesn't feel like you have a plastic bag strapped across your chest. Because, you know, it's not life or death, but especially if you're producing shirts for customers, for anyone, even if they're not customers, for friends, family, most people do not want that. They don't want their shirt to sound like a plastic bag when you're taking it off. Like, I got some shirts that have big prints on them, and when I take them off, it sounds like I'm balling up a trash bag. So that's not the ideal uh, texture, feel, whatever you want to call it. That's not ideal. You know what I mean? Now, if it's just a personal shirt for you and you can deal with that, cool. But if there are ways out there that you can get a better feeling quality in your t-shirt, especially for production for customers, you want to at least try it out and see if it works. You know what I'm saying? Because anything short of actually screen printing, you're not gonna get that effect. Like, I actually got some samples from Transfer Express. These two are goof proof, which is actual screen printed transfers. And these two and the ones on the sleeves are Ultra Color Pro and Ultra Color Max, which is I think one of them is actually laser etched DTFs, and the other one is more traditional. It's just like, I guess, a little better quality than the normal stuff most of us get. But to me, they feel like basic DTFs. They look, I mean, the colors pop, obviously, but I dig the goof proof, and I see why Big Brando likes the goof proof as well, because it feels like it's part of this shirt. You know what I'm saying? There's no sound like that shit. You know what I mean? But these were just samples that I got from Transfer Express, and I need to double back on that website and see what the price ranges are for, you know, those, because I'm definitely planning on getting a bunch of goof proof transfers for all of my single color like text t-shirts that I have designed, because it's all one color. And if they do their screen printed transfers like most screen printers like in a print shop, if they charge the same similar way, you're getting charged for every color you have in your design. So if I was to get this screen printed, transfer, that's an ass load of different colors. I'm not trying to come out the pocket for that. The whole point of getting DTF, especially on gang sheets, is to get, the most for your buck. So you just slap a bunch on like a 7 foot by 22 inch gang sheet, for 50 something bucks, and you get an ass load of damn designs. All right, so we're at 280. I'm good to go. We're gonna try this. All right. I believe these $280 for 20 seconds. All right. We're gonna see. And what's this? Rubber side down, I believe. Apply the rubbery side of the Magic Seal sheet onto your garment. Okay, yeah. So, shiny side, rubbery side. This side goes face down onto your transfer. Let's roll. And I'm very curious to see how this was going to come out. If it doesn't work as well as advised or advertised, or even as well as I'm thinking it should, it was only like 34 bucks, whatever. It definitely took some of the shine away. I can see that off the rip. You can definitely see that off of the Rift. As far as, I know you guys won't be able to see it as well. I can get it up close. And I have to, one being I'm getting up there in age, and my prescription has definitely changed since last year. So even with my glasses on, it's a bit harder for me to see detail and read. So I can definitely see fibers through the print. Now it still kind of has that plastic feel, but it's not as firm as it was, pre-press. So I mean, I guess I can't really complain, honestly. I really can't, because two of the big things that they advertised it for was making it more of a matte finish, taking that shine away and pushing it deeper into the fabric where you can actually see the threads of the fibers in your print. And it might not be all the way through, but I can definitely tell a difference. And especially since this print is basically one solid block of paint or ink or whatever. So it's pretty good. Now, some of my other prints, the stuff that I have just straight text or whatever, I can definitely see that making a big impact or bigger impact on those, because even without the magic seal, a lot of my just bare text DTFs that I transferred onto my shirts, just by doing a regular press with the DTFs, I could see fiber, the threads of the fibers through it. So, my final verdict is I'm satisfied enough. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I was blown away or anything like that, but I'm pleasantly surprised or whatever enough. And like I said, it was only, that one sheet was only like $35, and apparently you can get, I think they advertise on the website, you can get up to 150, I think 150 uses out of this one sheet. So, and last night I actually tried another method that I had seen on a video yesterday about regular parchment paper, canvas, and the guy even used, he had a silicone, like a floppy silicone sheet that he used. And, that kind of made some texture and stuff on this print too. But the parchment paper didn't really, I don't know, it didn't pan out for me. It didn't seem to make any difference. So I was just like, I knew this was supposed to be coming in the, either today or tomorrow. I really didn't expect it to come in the mail today, but, nice surprise. I opened the door and it was there. So I would say, is it worth it? If you're wanting to see if you can, have a difference in some of your prints, I would say it's worth it to at least try. You know what I mean? I don't know how much better the actual Magic Seal spray would be, but I didn't want to go that route. You know what I'm saying? I'm more simple. I just wanted something to lay down on it, press it, and be done with it. I don't want to be spraying all kinds of, I ain't doing all that. But, I'd say it's worth it. Give it a shot if you're thinking about it. You know what I mean? But ultimately, if you're looking for that silkscreen type texture or feel, I would go with the get you some samples and try some Goof Proof, Plastisol, actual Plastisol ink screen printed transfers, because those feel the most natural. And it literally feels like it was screen printed, because the transfer is screen printed. It just wasn't screen printed in the traditional fashion. but that's your best bet, you know. I just got to find out what the price difference is going to be, or if it's going to be a major price difference when I get, you know, whether I get single color or multicolor stuff. Because if I can find that I can get screen printed transfers, multicolors, and it's not even that big of a price difference, oh yeah, the regular DTFs might, yeah, I probably won't even get them anymore. You know what I'm saying? I might get them for like, you know, trying out, you know, new designs or whatever. But anything that I put into production is gonna be goof proof, if that's the case, if I can find that. But for now, excuse me. For now, I mean, I'm still gonna use the Magic Sheet. You know, I bought it, so I might as well use it. And it made enough of a difference for me that, you know, it's worth still using. You know, if I forget to use it once, it's not a big deal. If I use it, cool. But I hope this little tidbit enlightened some of y'all, whether or not you were thinking of getting this product or trying this product or not. I'm gonna keep going with it and see, you know, if it changes the more I use it. If it, you know, if it gets more seasoned, or, you know, have you say more worn in. But we'll check it out. There'll be more videos to come, especially if I get some more orders or more ideas pop into my head that I have to bring to life. I'll be sure to do it on this channel. Y'all have a good one. Later.